Hey everyone, David at C.Scale. Let's talk about how we can model our interiors in more detail. So let's imagine we're working on this academic refresh building, and our interior design has moved to a point where we understand what assemblies we're going to apply. We can click this Use Assemblies switch to move beyond this simplified editor. So I'm going to click this switch, and then I'm going to click Configure Spaces. So I've already gone through and added a bunch of spaces to this project. And you can add more spaces by clicking this button right up here. And within each space, we can pop that open and we can start to see what assemblies are applied in each space. So we can look at how the classrooms are configured. We can see here that we've added 20 of these classrooms, each at 800 square feet, totaling 16,000 square feet. And we can also set a perimeter for these just to define the shape of the floor plan. Within these classrooms, then we can see the interior wall, interior doors, flooring, ceiling, and furniture that's been added to the space. So if we look at the interior wall, we can see that we can apply different types of interior walls, and from there, we can also specify whether or not the interior wall is new construction, existing to remain, or salvaged. Let's pretend that this interior wall, instead of being metal stud, 16-inch on center, let's say we just want it to be a simplified metal stud wall with no insulation inside of it. So let's specify this. We can see that the chart just updated to reflect that change. So I'm going to click Update, and so you can go through and keep adding spaces as you need. You can see at the bottom here the proportion of the total building size. So this is a 200,000 square foot office. You can see the proportion of space that has been configured within this editor. So right here we've configured about 82% of our total building size. If we look at the charts, this first chart is saying the emissions by space. Here we can see that it's our open workspaces. Right here, there's 15 of them. They're pretty large. They're the largest portion of our building. That's where most of our emissions is coming from, followed by our classrooms and our study rooms, and so forth. If we click this switch, we can look at the emissions by assembly. You can see here that there's a lot of assemblies that are added into the project. But if you look at the largest largest emitter, it's our carpet low pile. So this tells us that we should focus our energy on swapping out our carpet, perhaps to a different flooring type. And after that, we should focus on our ceilings because they are the next highest carbon emitter. So we hope this helps you as you model out your low carbon interiors. Thank you.